Hey everyone, it's Karen with Yes Please PaperCrafts, and today I'm in my craft room and I have been working on some projects and doing a little bit of organization, and I thought maybe I would share some of the things that I'm currently doing with you guys and just talk a little bit about paper. Okay, so I started a base page for scrapbooking a couple nights ago. I went over to a friend's house. We have a craft night every Tuesday night, and I go with my mom, and we drove over to a friend's house for that. And I started with my base page. Now, I'm the only person there that does scrapbooking. Everybody else does quilting or sewing or embroidery or knitting. Pretty much everything else, but not scrapbooking. But anyway, I got out my papers and I started cutting all this paper down into little strips. And I kind of think of this as quilting with paper because I'm taking little pieces of paper and creating a different design using the paper strips. And I went ahead and just glued all of these papers across this white cardstock. And then when I was there, after I got to a certain point, I think I was about halfway done with gluing this down, the lights went off. So we didn't have any lights in, or the electricity actually went out. And we were all sitting there in the dark, and so everyone got out their phones and we went ahead and put our flashlights on, and then we lit a couple of candles and we just kind of hung out and talked and just kind of visited with each other. And in the meantime, I put all of this back in my bag and I couldn't really see very well, so I kind of damaged my paper. So I was going through my stash looking for some paper to cover up this part at the bottom, and thinking about how I still really need to sort through more of my paper and to put it into my categories. I really am enjoying having the different categories that I had started, and I have the list of categories here, and I'll put it up here on the screen. It's also in the description of this video as well. And this is the 4th video I have for doing paper sorting and organizing. And so these are all of my different categories. Now I do want to add a couple of new categories in, and I need to create a divider. And so I was going to share with you how I create the divider if you're interested in that. And then I'm going to get a stack of paper and just start going through it and going through and just sorting the paper. So this is going to be part 4 of the paper sorting series. But before I do that, I just wanted to finish this base page and just, you know, see if I could get this done real quick. And I wanted to talk a little bit about base pages. One of my categories that I'm going to be actually creating, or I have created, is called base pages. And so I recently started creating base pages for scrapbooking, and a base page is nothing more than the foundation for a scrapbook layout. And so I think it's a really fun way to play with paper and to create backgrounds for your layouts that you can use later when you have time to do more scrapbooking, and you find some pictures that might go with that base page. Then you can take that base page and use it as a starter to create a layout. And I love bringing paper with me to craft night and to my friends when I go for scrapbooking. It's a really fun thing to do when you're with other people, because it doesn't require as much thought as doing an entire scrapbook layout, and you don't have to bring much. Just bring some paper pads, some ATG, some glue, maybe a couple of punches, and I'm good to create base pages and just enjoy visiting with my friends. Okay, so I started this base page, and then I was looking for something to cover up the bottom because my corners got bent after I put it in the bag. I wasn't being very careful because I couldn't see what I was doing. So I'm just going to take a piece of this paper. It's a scrap that I had in my stash, and I'm going to add it to the bottom here. And then I thought it would be fun to add a border strip. So I created this border strip out of another scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to put that here, and then I'm going to add a couple of pieces of washi. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. It's just going to take a minute, and if you're not interested in seeing the base page creation, you could skip ahead to the paper sorting, and I'll be doing that in just a few minutes. Okay, so I hope you guys are staying warm out there because it is super cold. And as you can see, I have my robe on. My house is a little bit chilly. They've asked us to keep our thermostats lower to conserve on energy so that they don't have to do rolling blackouts again, which is what happened the other night when we were at craft night. The power went off, and we found out later that they were doing rolling blackouts to help conserve power so that the power didn't go out completely. And so we were over there sitting in the dark wondering what was going to happen, and then found out later that that's what was going on. So when I got home, I did have power at my house, which was nice. And so it wasn't too bad. It was a little chilly, but we did okay. Okay, for some reason this paper doesn't appear to be long enough to go all the way across. Or maybe I just didn't have it lined up. Now, I'm not going to worry too much about that part right there, which is not even. And I think that's okay because I'm going to be covering it up with my border strip. So now that I have that on there, I'm just going to flip this over and we're going to go ahead and chop this off. I probably should have thought about this a little bit more because I probably should have trimmed off these pieces first. I have a piece here and on the other side, but we'll just line it up. One of the awesome things about Creative Memories, this is the 12-inch Creative Memories paper trimmer, is it has this really cool guide that goes up and down the track. It's clear, but it has a black line. And so you can put your paper in there and then you can see if you're going to be trimming it and if it's even on there before you make your cut. I think it's really awesome. It reminds me of the Fiskars wire trimmer that they have out there that has that wire where you can kind of tell where you're going to cut before you cut your paper. And so I was able to line that up and that worked out okay. Okay, so now that I have that one lined up, let's go ahead and trim this one off. And we're just going to go ahead and trim that off. I hope you guys are staying warm out there. I know it's really cold here, and I didn't quite get that one all the way. I'm just going to take my scissors and trim that up. It's been really cold here, but the temperature's really strange in Louisiana. We usually don't get winters that go under freezing, under 32, and so this winter's been super cold. But even yesterday, I went to Mandeville with my friend. We went to Weight Watchers, and it was only, it wasn't very cold, and we were just wearing, we had our jackets and we had a sweater, but I took my jacket off. It was too hot to wear it, and ended up just wearing the sweater. But then it got cold again. So, well, the weather here is awfully strange. Okay, so now that I have that, I can go ahead and add on my border here. And I think this kind of looks long. I was using an 8x6 paper pad. I guess I should have told y'all. This is from an 8x6 paper pad from the Carousel collection from Maggie Holmes. And I thought I would go ahead and use up some of this paper because I have 2 of these. And I just love this collection from Maggie Holmes, and I thought this would be a really pretty one to do. It's got some gold foiling on it, which I thought was super pretty. And let's go ahead and just put this down on there. I'm trying to practice my skills of talking and doing at the same time. And if y'all have watched my videos in the past, you know I have a really hard time talking and scrapping. But I'm getting a little bit better at it, I think. I was doing something in a video, and I went back and edited the video, and it was really funny because I think it was the last video I posted on my channel. I did a stick layout video, and I was doing the video, and I realized as I was talking, it was close to the end, I completely quit talking to you guys, forgot you were there, got involved in what I was doing. So I had to cut that part out of the video because it was just like silence with me piddling, you know, and moving stuff around on my layout. It was actually pretty funny. One of these days I might need to do an outtakes video. Some of the stuff I can get up to. Okay, let's see. Where do we want this? I'm thinking we want it to be kind of close to the top, and then I'm going to put that gold one there. So maybe I'll put it about right here. I think that's really pretty. Just adds a little, it's almost the same color, but it has flowers in it. I just thought it was super pretty to kind of just give this border strip a little bit more detail. And then I'm going to add this one there, and then we'll be finished with this base page. I think this is super pretty, and I just love how this came out. So I wanted to mention too that I do have flip bin storage, and I have videos where I shared how to create a flip bin, what a flip bin is, how do you do it. And so I'm going to bring one of my flip bins up here and talk a little bit about the dividers and how I sort through paper. And I'm going to put this into my flip bin under base pages, under that category. So let me go ahead and grab that. It's pretty heavy, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I was having a little bit of trouble getting this flip bin into the view of my camera, and my phone mount is right there, and so you couldn't really see much of it. So I thought I would just hold onto my phone and talk a little bit about it, and then when I go to make the divider and sort through the paper, I'll put it back in the overhead view. Okay, so this is one of my flip bins. I have 3 different flip bins. In this one, I have my 12 by 12 paper sorted by categories. And then my other 2 flip bins, one is paper by color and the other one is paper by manufacturer and collection. So you might be wondering, what is a flip bin if you have not watched some of my other videos. I do have 3 different videos on the flip bin. I have a questions and answers video and also a storage update video, and I will put links to all of those videos in the description below if you're interested in checking those out. But a flip bin is just a bin, container, box, or basket that will fit 12 by 12 paper with some kind of a support in the back to create an angle. And what I'm using here is a chopping board, and you can see that it creates this angle. So then when you have your paper stored this way, you can easily just go through and flip through the paper and be able to see all of the different papers that you have. And it's just a really quick and easy way to store your paper so that you can find what you need. Okay, so for me, this is my different categories that I have. I have in the front my ugly paper, which is paper I'd use. Maybe I'll use the back of it as a white background or to map pictures, or I might use it as a base for a layout if I'm going to be covering up the background with other pieces of paper. And then I have like backgrounds, and you can see here I added a category called base pages, where I keep all of my different base pages in here. And that's a really awesome way to store them, I think. And I think I'm really going to like putting my base pages in this flip bin storage. I also have other categories like wood grains. I have text and words, rainbow, borders, cut aparts. Then I have some shapes like chevrons, plaids, and hexagons, stripes, and polka dots. And we have icons, which is things like cameras or just different types of images that I don't have another category for. I have clouds, hearts, and stars. We have florals, FUNFAIR, home and kitchen. I have a category called nature, and then we have travel, and I have a category called pets, which I pulled the divider for that one because I'm going to use that to show y'all how I create the dividers. Okay, so that's my flip bin storage. Okay, so let's talk about dividers. I've had lots of people ask me about what dividers I use in my flip bins, and I started out using these dividers from the Cropper Hopper, and I've had these for a really long time, and so I just repurposed them, and I'm just using what I have. Now, these are no longer available under Cropper Hopper, but you can find them under Advantage Storage Solution, and I will put links in the description below where you can find these divider tabs. I love these divider tabs. I think they're much better than the Dollar Tree chopping mats, and I just like them because they stand up better and they don't curl. The thing that I don't like about the Dollar Tree chopping mats is that the plastic doesn't stay flat, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but the plastic bends, and the size of it is different. So instead of being a full 12 by 12, it's actually 11 by 13, I think. And so what I did find though is that if you cut them down a little bit, that they don't curl as much and they work a little bit better. So I'm a little bit happier with using the Dollar Tree chopping mats once I went ahead and cut them down a little bit. Now, I wouldn't be using these at all, but I had purchased them a long time ago for something else. and which didn't work out. And so I had a bunch of these, and I just decided to go ahead and use what I have. And so at first when I was using these, I had them in my flip bin, and they were all curling, and it just drove me crazy. And then I got this idea that I would go ahead and add tabs across the top, kind of like these cropper hopper dividers. The cropper hopper ones have a left, a middle, and a right. I thought that would be really cool, and it makes it a little bit easier to flip through and see the different categories that you have in your flip bin if you make the tabs that stick out above the paper. Okay, so I went ahead and made myself a template. So I have this template here, and I just created this using, I think I used the envelope punch board, but you could just trace an old file folder or another divider tab and just make a template. And then I use this to create a left divider, a middle, and a right. And actually these are the same. You could just flip them over. But once I had those created, I just started using the existing dividers that I have to create more. It was just easier to do it that way. Okay, so basically what I do is I take one of my existing dividers, and I just use that as a guide to figure out how to cut this down. Okay, the other thing that I've been using are these really awesome clips from Creative Memories. These are the clips that they use with the templates that they have there at Creative Memories. And I'm just going to use 4 of these clips. It just helps to hold things together, and I just love using these. I use them all the time for all kinds of stuff. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to line it up at the bottom here, and I'm just going to attach the clip, and we're just going to go around all 4 of the corners and just put these clips on there, and it's going to hold it together and make it even so that when I'm cutting this out, now it only works if you have it even when you put the clips on, but it does a really good job of holding everything together while you are cutting it. Because what I found is that if I tried to do this and I'm just trying to hold on to it with my hand, that it kept moving around. It just made it so much harder to do. Okay, so once I have those clips on there, I can just very easily trace around the shape with my scissors and just make that shape. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is just storage and organization. I like it to look nice, but it's hard to get it perfect when you don't really have a tool other than just scissors. I did try to use punches to do this, and it did not work very well. Most things do not punch through this very thick plastic, and so it's just easy to go through and just cut that piece off and make a divider that way. So that's what I've been doing, and it's working out really, really well. And so I just love creating the dividers, and using these little clips from Creative Memories are just super cool. It makes it so easy because things are not moving around when you're trying to cut them. Okay, so that's how I have been using the chopping mats to create dividers to put into my flip bin. So if you have these chopping mats, I highly recommend chopping them off and making them shorter. And let me see if I can tell you what size I'm using here. I'll grab my ruler. Okay, so the size of the dividers after I cut this chopping mat down, it's 12.5 inches tall. And then this little tab piece is about a little bit over a quarter of an inch. And so that works so much better than keeping it the full size, which I think was 13 inches, or maybe a little bit taller, maybe 13.5. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at some paper. I'm excited. I just love flipping through paper and talking about paper, and so it's one of the most fun things that I think that we can do as scrapbookers is to play with our paper and just look at it. Okay, so I have a stack of paper here to sort through and put into categories. And one of the things I like to do with base pages and also 12x12 sticker sheets, if I'm going to put them into a flip bin, is to protect them. And so I have these 12x12 page protectors. I like to get the ones from We Are Memory Keepers. I also like the Scrapbook.com brand, and I'll put links in the description below to both of those. But these are really heavy duty page protectors. I did trim off the 3 holes here to make it fit into my flip bin, just because if I leave the holes there, it hits the edge of my bin. If you have a bigger bin, you wouldn't necessarily have to trim off the holes, but I like to do that just so it fits better into my bin. So I'm going to take this base page that I created, and we're just going to slip it into this sleeve. Now these are heavy duty page protectors, and they will fit a lot of paper. I think you can fit about 16 to 20 pieces of paper in one of these page protectors. So I also use this to store collections and just to keep things together, and so they're super awesome. Another thing that I use in my craft room to store paper is the record sleeves, and those are a little bit bigger. I don't use those in the flip bin because they are too big, but I use these in other places in my craft room. And this is a 12 3/4 by 12 3/4 sleeve. These are really awesome to use in your craft room to create if you're going to be storing page kits or collections or anything like that. And when I store things in this type of a sleeve, I usually put it onto my calyx unit, and it fits really nicely in the calyx. Okay, so now that I have that protected, I can go ahead and put this into my base page category. Okay, so it's kind of a challenge for me to sort through the paper and put it into the flip bin where y'all can actually see the process. So I'm just going to get this stack of paper here and go through it one page at a time and talk about what category I would put it under, and later I will go back and put it into my flip bin. Okay, so this first paper is from Pete Paisley's Memorandum, and it's an acetate paper. This is super cool, and I probably should put this under maybe a category for things that would inspire me to create a page kit, because I want to use more of the specialties papers like this. They kind of get neglected. I have a few of these, and I don't think about using these a lot of times, and I think that would be kind of fun. So one of the other things that I have been doing on my channel is creating page kits, and I use something in my craft room as inspiration. It could be an embellishment, a paper, or it could be a tool, it could be a photo, it could be pretty much anything. Anything that would inspire you to create a scrapbook layout, you can use that as a starter to create a page kit. So I think I'm going to maybe create another category in my flip bin called page kits or page kit inspiration. And I might put things into that category that I want to use in the future to build a page kit. Now I could put this under acetate because I have some specialty papers, but I tend to never go and look at those. And I think this would be a really cool paper to use for scrapbooking. And I think I want to probably maybe try to use more of this type of paper this year. So I think this would be kind of cool to put under a category called page kit inspiration. Okay, so that's where that one's going to go. Okay, this next paper is Hello Gorgeous, and this is a gorgeous paper. It's from My Mind's Eye, and I love this paper. It's so pretty. And I've kind of wanted to do some layouts with this. I have a 6x6 paper pad from this collection too, and I'm thinking that I might just keep these papers together until I've had a chance to create a couple layouts, because I have some ideas on using this paper, but I haven't done it yet, and I don't think I want to separate it. And if I did, I'd probably just stick it under floral. So all of these are florals, and some of the paper has really cool, this has little polka dots, and it's like glittery, so it's really, really pretty. And so I just love this paper. I love the florals. And so I think all of this My Mind's Eye Hello Gorgeous paper, I'm just going to put that all together and keep it as a collection. And maybe what I will do is just go ahead and put this in one of those storage sleeves so that I can keep this together. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick this paper in one of these record sleeves. These are so awesome. I just love these record sleeves because I love the size of them. It really does protect your paper, and it's really easy to get the paper in and out. Okay, so that will go under a manufacturer collection until I have a chance to create a couple of layouts, and then I'll probably, whatever is left over, I will put in other categories. Okay, so this next paper is from Amy Tangerine's Shine On. And I really love this yellow paper with the little white flowers. I think that's really pretty. I don't know that I would look for this if I was going to put it under floral. I think if I was going to use this paper, I would probably use this side. I don't really love this side of the paper, which is really strange because usually I love border strips, But in this case, I don't really like this one as much. So I think I'm going to put this under yellow, under color. So that's where I'll put that one. Okay, the next one is also from the Amy Tangerine Shine On collection. And that's really pretty. It's little triangles with yellow, blue, and orange on a black background. And on this side is a black and white Nessie polka dot kind of pattern. It's not really a polka dot. It's more just like little lines. And that's really cool. I'm trying to think which side I would use. I really think this is a fun paper. And that would make a really pretty mat. If you were going to create a layout and you just wanted to mat the layout. So let's see if we can take this paper here and just do that and have that peeking out along the edge. That'd be really cool. Okay, so I might put this under, I don't have a category for that, but I have another paper that I want to use as a mat for a layout. So maybe I should create a category for that. And I might write myself a note of these different categories I've decided that I want to create. Okay, so the tab that I just created, that I just showed y'all how to create a tab from the Dollar Tree mat, was for mixed media. So I recently started doing mixed media on the back of papers that are just white on the back, just as a way to use up papers maybe that I don't like as much and to play around with some mixed media. And so I have some backgrounds I created with some mixed media. So I have a new category called mixed media. So I think I'll add another one called Page Kit Inspiration. And then I will also have another category called, what should I call it? Layout mats, or I think layout mat would be a good one because I think I would remember what that is. So basically it's, instead of, usually you think of a mat when you're matting your photos, but a layout, I consider a layout mat to be something where I'm matting the entire layout. And so you're going to use a full 12 by 12 paper, and you could gut the inside of the paper. So if I wanted to save some of this paper, I could take my paper trimmer and just cut a square out of the middle and use that paper for something else. But you're using a full 12 by 12 paper, so you do need to have an entire sheet. Okay, so I think that'd be pretty cool, and I think I'm going to put this under layout mats. And that'll be fun to create some, maybe if I'm in the mood to create that type of a layout, then I would go to that category and I can see what I have to mat my layout. So that's super cool. I just love talking about paper. It just gives me so many ideas when I talk through my process, as opposed to me just sitting in my craft room, going through this and not really talking to anyone. So I really appreciate y'all watching my videos and just hanging out with me, looking at paper. So much fun. Isn't this the most gorgeous yellow paper? That's so pretty. I love this paper. Who is this from? Oh, that's from the I Am collection from Simple Stories. I like the cut-aparts, but I love this paper here. That's just so pretty. I think I'm going to put this under yellow. I do have other cut-aparts from this collection, so I think I'm okay with not using the cut-aparts here, because I have several papers from this collection. I just love this yellow floral paper. That is just gorgeous. Okay. Okay, the next paper here, it looks like it maybe came from a paper pad. And I'm not sure. It kind of reminds me of My Mind's Eye. It is kind of a thicker paper. And it's just a really pretty tone-on-tone reddish pink color. And I think I'll just put that under my color categories. Okay, here's another paper that also doesn't have a branding strip. There's a few of them. And I think this one I'll put under color as well, since it's just mainly a teal color. So I think I'll put both of those under teal. Okay, these are pretty easy because when you have paper that's a solid color or reads as a solid color, I think the hardest thing would be maybe if you have a double-sided paper, figuring out which side to actually put it under. But I think in that case, the best thing to do is to look at this side and look at that side and just pick the one that you like the best. And in this case, I love this orange paper, so I'm going to go with this. It's kind of like an orange-red color, and we'll put it under orange. Okay. Okay, so the next paper I have here is from the Cute Girl collection, and it's a black and white pattern on this side and then this pink design. I think I'll put this under pink. I don't really like this one too much. It's too busy. Yeah, that just makes my eyes hurt when I look at it. Okay, next paper here is also crepe paper, but this is from another collection. That's really pretty. It's like a blue and green floral pattern. And on this side, we have the flamingos. This is from Oasis. So I have some pictures that I want to scrapbook from Key West, Florida. We went to the Butterfly Conservatory and they had some flamingos there, and I got some amazing pictures. I also have some pictures from the zoo in New Orleans and they had flamingos. So I have a lot of pictures that I want to scrapbook that have flamingos. And so I think I'm going to be putting this one under nature. Because that's where I would look for zoo type things, and so that's where I'm going to put this paper. Although this side is pretty as well, I think for now I'm going to go with putting this under nature, and then if I end up not using this paper when I scrapbook my zoo and my butterfly conservatory pictures, I will maybe recategorize this and use it for this side. Okay, so this paper is super pretty. It's got metallic foiling. This is from the Hooray collection. I think this is also, this is My Mind's Eye. I don't know why I was thinking it was crepe paper, but this is from My Mind's Eye. It's from the Hooray collection. That's so pretty. I love this kind of, what do you call that? Pattern. Like the sun is shining, like the rays, sun rays. But this is really pretty too. Do you ever have a paper where you can't decide what side you like better? I just like both of these sides. That is just super cool. And I love this paper so much. You know what I might do? I think I might put this under page kit inspiration so I can create a scrapbook layout with it because I just love it so much. That's really pretty paper. Okay, we're going to put that under page kit inspirations. And I have no idea what side I'm going to use, but either side would be really pretty. I wish I had two of those. I think I just have the one though. Okay, so let me go ahead and flip this around. All this is upside down. You know, it's funny is every time I do these paper sorting videos and I have a stack of paper like this and I'm flipping through it and everything is upside down, I'll flip it around the other way and then the paper will be, I'll get a couple sheets in and then I'll be upside down again. Okay, so this paper is from My Mind's Eye Indie Chick. And I have quite a few papers. Now, I did pick up some My Mind's Eye paper from eBay, and one of the places that I would definitely recommend buying paper is from eBay, and I have one seller there that I just love, and I'll put a link to her eBay store in the description below. But I bought tons of kits from her, and it was a good way for me to build up my scrapbooking stash because I just started scrapbooking again in 2017, so it's just been maybe 3.5 years. Before that, I was doing card making, so I didn't have a lot of 12 by 12 paper. Now I have tons and tons of paper, but a lot of this My Mind's Eye paper I got, I think it was 200 sheets of My Mind's Eye paper for like $35, and that included shipping. It was like amazing. I don't know if you can get that amazing of a deal now. That was a couple years ago. Yeah, it's a really good way to build up your stash if you're just starting out, is to maybe look at eBay and see what they have available there. Okay, another store that I really like is a store called Scrapbooking for Less, and they have paper. They sell 2 pieces of paper for $1.20. I think it's $1.20. And then, or is it $1.10? I can't remember, but it's much cheaper than $1 for each paper. And that's a really awesome store. They have really good support and they ship out very quickly. So I'll put a link to the Scrapbooking for Less store in the description below as well. I try not to buy too much paper, but I have so much of it. Okay, so here is the paper from this indie chick. And it looks like I have 2 of those and also 2 of these. And they're all kind of this really pretty aqua color. So I could just put this paper under aqua because both of these papers, all 3 of these papers, I think I could put under teal blue. And then this other paper I could put under green because I already have one under blue. I could put this one under green. So that's one of the nice things about having 2 of a particular paper and it's double-sided is you could use them in different ways. Okay, so this this next one is My Mind's Eye Hip Hooray. And the back of that one is this really cute happy birthday paper with the banners. That's really cute. I think I would use this side more than this one. And so I'm going to put this under celebrations so that if I'm doing a birthday themed layout, I would be able to find it. Okay, next up is the Follow Your Heart by Rana Farah. And this is from My Mind's Eye. I love this stripe. Isn't that beautiful? It's just the most beautiful pastel paper. And this is really pretty on this side as well. I don't know what side I would use. I love them both. That's just gorgeous. Okay, so I might actually put this under stripes. I think I'll put it under stripes because I just love the stripes. But this would be really cool to use as a background. I just love the cluster that's already built in. This is a nice paper to start with because it's already got, you know, part of the layout finished. But I think I'm going to go with the stripes on the back. Okay, so this paper here is also from My Mind's Eye. This is Life Stories. Originally, I had all this paper sorted by manufacturer and collection, but I don't really have embellishments or stickers or chipboard or anything that go with any of these My Mind's Eye collections. And so it doesn't really make sense for me to store it that way. I do keep paper by manufacturer and collection if I have other things that go with that paper, because I want to be able to have the opportunity to use the paper with the embellishments and other things that came with it. Okay, so for this one, it's almost like a craft color. And I just love this. This would be really awesome as a background. So I think I'm going to put this under backgrounds. I don't really like this as much. And I think, yeah, I think this would make a really pretty background. So we'll do that. Okay, so this one is a Christmas paper from My Mind's Eye. It's from the Cozy Christmas. And on this side is a plaid. Now, I do have a category for plaids. And I would think maybe I could put it under there. But this is really a Christmas plaid. I don't think I would use this for anything else but Christmas. And this side has words that are Christmas. So I think I'm going to put this with my Christmas papers. Okay, this next one is from My Mind's Eye Wild Asparagus. And it's a solid color, red color on the back. And then this floral on the front. Almost looks like it has stitching. It's got a lot of heavy texture to this paper as well. Super cool. But I think if I was using this paper, I'd probably use it for this side. It's almost like a cardstock weight. So I could probably put this with my cardstock or just with my paper by color, my pattern paper by color. Okay, here's another paper from the same collection. And it says really, really bright lime green. That's a really bright color. And on this side is a floral. And I think out of the two papers, I have a lot of cardstock in this color. I don't know what I was thinking. A long time ago, I bought paper, I think it was from Michael's, and it was all these bright colors. I have bright pink and bright, it's like all fluorescent colors, yellow and green. And so I don't need any more paper in that color. So I think we're going to go with this side, and I'm going to put this under florals. Okay, the next one is from Prima Marketing, and this is from the Something Blue collection. And it's this really cute background. It's got musical notes, and this would make a really pretty background. And on the back is this really distressed looking stripe. So this does nothing for me. I don't really care for that too much, but I think this is really pretty, and I would use as a background for a layout. So I'm going to put that under backgrounds. Okay, then we have this paper here that is also from Prima. It's also from the Something Blue collection. And this looks like a wedding collection. And I believe this is more paper that I got from eBay. And this is really cute. I'm not really sure how I would use this paper. I like this one. I do have some wedding pictures to scrapbook. And I'm not really sure that if it would go with the other paper that I have that is wedding themed. But I think maybe what I might do is go ahead and put this with weddings. And then if I if I end up not using it and I scrapbook all of the wedding pictures I have, then I can go ahead and use this other side. And this next one here is also wedding. It's from the same collection. It looks like all of these are from the same collection. This one has cut aparts too. It's really pretty. It's really funny sometimes when you look through your paper and you talk about it and think about, you know, what categories you would put it under or how you would store it in your craft room. And it makes me want to go make a bunch of scrapbook layouts. It gets me inspired, I guess. I just love it. So just love looking at paper, talking about paper. This is also from that same collection. So I think maybe I'll keep all of this paper together. And I'll go ahead and put this in one of my pockets, my sleeves. And I'm going to put it under weddings, under celebrations. So we'll put that paper all together. And I think I have to figure out where I have the other paper that I have. I think I have an Echo Park collection that is wedding themed. So I'll have to take a look at that. And then I also have some paper from Teresa Collins that is also wedding themed. And so I'll probably put all those papers together and take a look at them and see how I would use them. I have several different weddings. I have cousin's wedding, my sister's weddings, and I have lots of scrapbooking to do. So. Okay, so this paper is also from that same collection. This doesn't look like wedding to me. This is a really cool paper. It just looks like a really old style paper. And I think this would be really cool to use as a background. I'm just going to use that as a background. Okay, and then here's another paper the same as the one over there. And this one, maybe I'll put one of these with wedding and one of them with backgrounds. Since all of this paper kind of goes together and matches, I might be able to use it for one of the wedding layouts. And here's another one from the same collection. So we're just going to put all of this paper and we'll put it under weddings. And I'm just going to put it into one of these record sleeves to keep it all together. Okay, so the fun thing is going to be for me to go back through all of those papers and put them into the right category. I think I found a stack of paper the other day and I was looking through it and I thought, well, I think I've already sorted through this paper and I just had it in a pile and it got back into my flip bin, and I'm going to have to go back and rewatch my video. I'll have to figure out which one it was so I can figure out which category all that paper was supposed to go under. I guess I could sort through it again. That would be fun. Might be interesting to see if I would put it all in the same category, or if I did it again, if I would choose different ways to use that same paper. Okay, so this is Journaling Spot Stickers from Prima, and this is from, what collection is this? It says it's from the LilyBelle, and I'm not exactly sure what this it's just a collection. It looks like it's not very theme specific. It's just got these really fun colors. It's like an aqua and a yellow and an orange. It's really pretty. So I guess I would put this under my cut aparts or under my stickers. And I have paper from this too. Look at that. I didn't even know. Okay. So this paper goes with these stickers. So maybe I'll keep that together until I do a layout. And that's really pretty. So this is from the LilyBelle collection from Prima. This is another one that I picked up from eBay. And this one is really pretty too. I love the colors. These are just gorgeous colors. And this paper is from 2013. I haven't had it that long though. I think I probably purchased this in 2017. And look at that. That's gorgeous. It's like a tone-on-tone blue paper with florals. It's like roses. Super pretty. I love this one too. This would make a really good background for a layout. It's even got a title built in. Isn't that pretty? I just love this collection. Super pretty. Okay, and it looks like I have a couple of sheets of each one of those papers. I like this one too. I love that color. This is my favorite color in the whole world. Anything that's blue-green or green-blue. I just love that. And here are some cut aparts. Super cute. Look at the little polka dots. It's so fun to go back and look through your papers and rediscover them after several years. of not looking at them. This would be cool to do some journaling. That would be super neat. You can do a double page layout and use this on one side and just write a story. That would be awesome. I might have to do that with pencil though and go back and trace over it. Not very good with writing. I usually mess up my writing. That's pretty too. So I might go ahead and put all of these papers together until I have an opportunity to use some of this up. And this looks like it's a cut apart. That's super cool. I love the one that looks like lace. I have quite a bit of this paper, and this did come from, it came from eBay, from the seller. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I'll put it up here on the screen. And I haven't purchased from her in a while, but some of the things that I got from her, everything I got from her was amazing. And she will combine shipping. So I would just buy things until I got to a certain point, and I would ask her if it would fit. And she would try to put as much as she could into one of those USPS flat rate boxes. And so I think the shipping was maybe like $13, but it was a huge box. You could put a lot of paper in there, so it was awesome. All right, so I think we're going to put that in one of the record sleeves. Okay, so all of this paper that I'm putting in the record sleeves, sometimes I will put it by manufacturer collection, and that's where this is probably going to go. It's going to go by collection. And then some of the other paper, like the one I had put there with the wedding stuff, it'll go under one of my categories so that I can be able to find it that way. Okay, so this paper here is from Simple Stories, and it's all of these rainbows. It's from a collection called Dream Big, which I don't remember this paper at all where I got it. I probably got it from eBay because I don't remember purchasing it. And that's super cute with the rainbows. And on this side is the pink and white polka dot. As much as I love these rainbows and I think they're cute, I really think that I probably would use it more as a polka dot. So I'm going to put this under pink. Or maybe, you know what, I'll put this under polka dots. I have so much pink paper that's stored by color. I think I'll put this under polka dots. Okay, so this next paper is from the Reset Girl. And this is paper that I recently picked up from Scrapbooking for Less. And she had quite a bit of this collection. And so I'm not exactly sure why I just have 2 pieces of this paper. My paper is really a mess right now. I keep moving stuff around in my craft room. I'm trying to get organized. And if you looked at my craft room, you might think I'm super organized. But to me, you're not organized unless you can find things. So if you have your craft room and you have everything neat and tidy and put away, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're organized. But if you can't find things, then you're not really organized, at least not the way I look at it. To me, organization is more about knowing where to find things and where to put things back than it is about storage. You can store a lot of stuff, but it's not really organized. So I'm going to put this with the collection, the Reset Girl. I do have some ephemera, and I want to do a few layouts with that collection before I break that collection apart. So I'm going to keep this paper together with the other papers in this collection. I just need to find where the rest of it went. Okay, so this one here is Simple Stories Summer Days, and it's these little cameras. And then on this side is a pink chevron paper. That's really pretty, but I like the cameras better. And so I think I'm going to put this under icons, and that's where I have things like cameras and typewriters and just different shapes or different objects. And just when I'm looking for something like that, I'll know where to find it. Okay, and then we have this stripe paper, also from the Summer Days collection. And this paper is really cool. I love rainbow stripes or any rainbow paper. And on the back is a polka dot. And I think I'm going to put this under my category called Rainbow. So I have a category called Rainbow. And if I have any paper that's kind of like the colors in the rainbow, I put it there because I like to do layouts where I use rainbow paper. And if I'm looking for that particular type of paper, I know exactly where it is in my flip bin. Okay, the next one we have here is from Summer Days as well. And this is this really cute pinwheel paper. And then on the back of that one is this yellow paper with the little X's. That's super cute. Okay, trying to think of how I would use this paper and where I would go to find it if I was looking for paper like this in my craft room. And to me it looks like spring, or I guess it's summer, but for some reason I think of spring when I look at this paper. I might put one of these under yellow. I definitely think I'm going to put this under yellow. And I think I'm going to put this under spring. For some reason, just the colors, it just reminds me of Easter. And I just think of spring when I think of those little pinwheels we used to get when we were kids that you would blow and they would just spin, or you can hold them by the car window and watch them twirl around. I think that's a really cute paper, and it just reminds me of spring, so that's where I'm going to put it, even though it's from a collection called Summer Days. Okay, up next we have Simple Stories, Sunshine and Happiness, which is another summer collection. And they have these really huge cut-aparts on this side. And then on this side is some border strips. That's really cute, and this definitely needs to go under summer. To me, this reads more a summer. This reads more summer layout, this reads more spring. So I'm going to put this paper under my summer paper. Okay, up next is the Simple Stories Domestic Bliss. And on this side are all these really cute icons. And then there's a floral on this side. And I really think this paper is super cute. I think I would put this under icons. And so that's where I'm going to put that. Because there's all these different objects. Like vacuum cleaners and washers and suit. That's adorable. Okay, and then also from that same collection are these cut-aparts. And then on this side are also more cut-aparts. And I have a category in my flip bin called cut-aparts, and I'm going to put this paper under cut-aparts. Okay, and then this one is a wood grain, also from Simple Stories. On this side is a plaid, on this side is a wood grain. And I think this is a really cool wood grain. It has a green tint to it. So I think I'm going to put this under my backgrounds, and I have a category under backgrounds called wood grain, and that's going to go there. Okay, this is more paper from the same collection. This one has all of these little houses, and you know what? I'm rethinking this paper here because I remember I have a category called, I think it's called Home and Kitchen. I think I'm going to put these papers under Home and Kitchen because I think that would be where I would look for something like that. Okay, and then this one is a polka dot on this side, and then a stripe paper. I just love this paper. It reminds me of that embroidery you do with the little X's. That's super cool, and it's called Mom Rules. Love the name of that paper. I think I would put this under stripes, and so that's what I'm going to do with that. Okay, and then there's this really cute heart paper. On the back of that are these really cute plants on a wood grain background. I really love this side, and I have a category called hearts, and so I'm going to put that under hearts. Okay, now we have more paper from Simple Stories. This is also paper with hearts on this side, and then this yellow paper, and I'm definitely going to go for the hearts. And then more paper from this category, or from this collection, Domestic Bliss. There's this really pretty floral on this side, and then on this side is this, what do you call this pattern? It's a plaid? Is it a plaid or a check? I always get those confused. I've already created a scrapbook layout with this paper from the floral side, so I don't think I would use that again. I'm going to go for this side, and I'm going to put it under, I don't know if this is blue or green, actually. It kind of looks like it actually looks green if you put it next to blue, and it looks blue when you put it next to green. So it must be aqua or teal. So I'll put it under that color category. Okay, this next one is from Simple Stories Bliss. This is really pretty. It's a cut apart on this side. Love those butterflies. It's really super pretty paper. And then on this side is pink polka dot. But I really like this side. I'm going to put this under my cut aparts. And what I like to do with cut aparts is when I'm working on a layout and I need something to embellish the layout, I can go to that cut apart and flip through it and see if I have anything that would match. I also use the cut aparts when I want to do some fussy cutting. I'll look through that category and I'll pull some papers and just cut them out. And so I like to put papers into the cut apart category. Okay, here's a Simple Stories collection. It's So Fancy, and it's this really pretty pink paper. That would make a pretty background. And then this one on the back is a geometric print with little triangles. I think I would use this paper more, and I'll put it under backgrounds. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to make it through the rest of this stack, but we're going to try. If y'all want to hang in there with me, this video might get a little long, but I know people like looking through the paper, and I just love watching videos where people do this. They just go through and sort through their paper, talk about the paper, and just look at all the different papers that people have. I think it's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun just looking at the paper and talking about it for sure, and I love watching videos with people that do this. Okay, so here are some Simple Stories 24/7, and it's got all these really fun numbers on this side, kind of like a cut apart, and then this side are these hexagons. And let's see, would I use any of this with all of these numbers? I think I like this side better, and I would put this under hexagons because a lot of times I'm looking for a particular type of shape. And so that's why sometimes I will put papers like polka dots and stripes and hexagons under those types of categories. It's really good if you're doing any kind of a challenge like the Calvin Ball or the load event because you'll get prompts, and you'll have to use the prompts to create a scrapbook layout, and one of the prompts might be use a paper that has hexagons. And so when I did Calvin Ball and load, I don't know if it was I don't think it was in 2020, I think it was 2019. I spent a lot of time looking for paper because I didn't have any of my paper in those types of categories, and those types of challenges are a lot of fun. So if you have paper by category, it really does help you with those types of challenges. Okay, also from the 24/7 collection is this paper with the numbers, and on the back are these arrows. And I really think this is cool. I have a category called alpha and numbers, like text, and I think I'll put that there. And then this paper is super cool too. It's like cork. I like that a lot. And on this side is kind of a collage with calendars and grid paper and line paper. I think I like this side, and I'll put this under background. I have a category called textures. Okay, then we have a cut apart. Simple Stories has a lot of cut aparts in their collections. And on this side is a couple of cut aparts here, and then we have this one here. I love these little Polaroids. That would be really cute to cut these out and use them on a layout. So I might put this under cut aparts. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, another paper from this same collection. We have quite a few from this same collection. So I'm going to speed this up by talking about these papers together because they're both cut aparts. And I might just put all of these papers under cut aparts. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Now this one I might put under borders. I have my cut aparts into two categories, cut aparts and border strips. And so I might put this one under border strips. I'll put this one under cut aparts. Okay, this is really cool. It's a diagonal stripe. And now on this side is this chevron paper. That's really pretty. I think I might put this under black. I don't have a lot of black solid pattern paper. This is like a tone-on-tone black paper. And that's super cool. So I think I'll put that by color. And then probably the same with this one. I'll put this under red. I really don't like the calendar side. So I definitely would use this one more. Okay, we have more cut aparts. So here are more cut aparts from this collection. So I'll put that under cut aparts. Okay, now we have some different paper. This is Simple Stories. And that's really beautiful. And the name of this collection is called Beautiful. It's really pretty. That's a really different color scheme. And I like that. Super pretty. Very soft pastel colors with a black. And then the back of this paper is this really cool marble looking paper. Looks like I have 3 of these. Yep. I have 3 of these papers. That would be really cool. I could do a double page layout and maybe do like this. Super cool. And then use some of these cut aparts. So I might put this under Page Kit Inspiration It's so different. The color scheme is very unique, and I just like that a lot. So I think we're going to put this 3 sheets of paper under Page Kit Inspiration, and I'm going to put it into a record sleeve. Okay, so now we have more paper from Simple Stories. This is from a collection called Carpe Diem, and it's a polka dot with a floral pattern in one corner and then a cream and black stripe. I think I would probably use this for the stripe side. I'm not really loving this side, so I think we'll go with the stripe. And this is really cute. It's a polka dot on one side, and then these black and white words. I have a lot of paper with words that are black and white, so I think I'm going to put this under polka dots. That's really cute. Okay, this next one looks like the 24/7 collection again. Nope, I was wrong. It's the Urban Traveler. Very similar colors, but this is also a Simple Stories collection called Urban Traveler. And I think I'll put this under border strips. I could cut all these little strips apart. It's super cool. And on this side is all of these letters. Oh, I like this paper. This is super cool. It's travel. It says travel log of. I could definitely see using this for a travel layout. And on this side is really cool as well. I'll probably put this with my travel paper, and it looks like this is a travel collection. So I think I will put this with travel. I think this will also go with travel. This is super cute. Look at that. Go see do. Adorable. I love that. Look at these little postcards. Aren't those adorable? That's super cute. Okay, and then more cut aparts. That's really cute too. All these little labels with the different letters that spell out travel. This is a cute collection. Okay, more cut aparts. Definitely all going to go with travel. Okay, here's a red tone-on-tone paper with arrows, and on the back of that one is a polka dot with a bunch of arrows. And because all of this paper is super busy, I might just go ahead and just keep all that together so that I can use it together and create some travel layouts. And I'm partially putting these together so that it'll help me better remember when I go to put this away, what category I decided to put all this paper in. It's going to be a lot easier for me to just grab this whole pile and put it with my travel than to go through and sort through each individual paper. Okay, so here's a stripe from Simple Stories, and this is from the Snap Life collection. And then there's a bunch of cut aparts on the back. So I think the cut aparts are cute, but I don't know that I really like this polka dot style. So I would probably use the stripe. So I'm going to put this under stripes. Okay, so here is another, I think this is Fancy Pants. No, Simple Stories. So Fancy. Okay, I knew it had something to do with fancy. But it's Simple Stories, So Fancy. I'm not feeling this paper. But I like this side more than I like this side. This kind of looks like an ugly sweater to me for some reason. It might be cool though if you cut apart this paper and used all of these different triangles. That might be kind of cool to actually take the paper apart and create something different with it. I'm not really sure what to do with this paper. I guess I would put it under geometric shapes because I have a category called geometrical, which is all the shapes that don't fit into my other categories. So my other categories under patterns are chevrons, hexagons, plaids, polka dots, and stripes. So this one I will put just under geometrics. So it's got triangles and arrows and stuff. Okay, so here is Simple Stories. And this one is also from Snap Life. And it has some cut aparts on this side and more cut aparts on this side. Oh, okay, that's cool. I was thinking you have January, February, March, but if you use that, then you would not be able to use the other months, but they alternated it. So you could either use the months or you could actually use the these other cards. And that's really cute. I think I'm going to put that under cut aparts. Okay, here's another paper from that Urban Traveler collection. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick that in with the rest of these papers. So we're just going to go ahead and put this in with here. All right, this next one is from Indie Chick, and it's a blue tone-on-tone polka dot. And this side is this really cool chevron pattern. I like this paper. This is really bright and cheerful. I love that yellow with the blue. So I think I'm going to put this under chevron. Okay, then we have this really bright yellow paper. And then this paper, it's kind of a brown paper. I don't really like that too much at all. So I think I'm going to go with this side, and I'm going to put this under yellow. From the same Indie Chick collection is same paper. Oh, I have two of those. Okay, so this is the same paper. So I think since I have two of these, I'll put one under chevron and one under blue. Okay, and then we have this blue paper. That's really pretty. It's like diamonds. And on the back of that is a yellow. Now, I usually love yellow paper, but this paper looks dirty to me. And it's got some distressing, but I don't like that at all. So I'm going to go with this side, and I'm going to put it under the blue. Okay, now we have this really pretty floral. And on the back of that one is a yellow. And again, this one looks dirty to me. So I like distress paper and mixed media, but for some reason, this one, I'm not really feeling that too much. So I'm going to go with the floral paper. Okay, here's a My Mind's Eye Joyful collection. This is a Christmas paper. And on one side are Christmas trees, and on the other side is a black and white stripe. And I could use this paper for any layout with the black and white stripes, so I'm going to put this under stripes. We also have a foil polka dot paper from the same collection. And this paper again is, it doesn't look Christmas, although on this side it has some Christmas words. But I really like the gold polka dot, so I'm going to put that under polka dot. Okay, here is the My Mind's Eye Jubilee collection. On this side is a cream base paper with little gold dots. And then this rosy floral. Okay, I think I like the polka dot one better, so I'll put that under polka dots. Okay, here is a collection from My Mind's Eye. This is from Just Saying. It's by Rona Farah. And it's really cool design. It almost looks like gems. I guess it's like diamond shapes. And it's a red paper on that side. And then on this side is this really cool background. That's super cool. So what side would I use? I actually like this side better. I think that'd be a really pretty background. So I think I'm going to put this under backgrounds. Okay, also from the Just Saying collection is this green paper with the little gold stars. And it's kind of got glitter on it. And on the back of that one is this green paper. It's like a stripe, and then it has this design over here. I'm not really feeling this too much. I probably would go for this with the stars, and I'm going to put this under my star category. Okay, we made it to the last paper. Okay, so this is also from the Just Saying collection. It's this floral on one side, and the other side is this gorgeous stripe. Okay, so I definitely need to put this with my stripe paper. That's so pretty. It's like a glittery gold stripe. I love that. Okay, so that's all I have for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed going through and sorting paper with me. And if you like this type of video, please give this video a thumbs up so that I know that y'all like to watch this type of video. And it helps YouTube to know what types of videos people like to watch, so it can recommend them to other people. I also have a short video clip of my two dogs, Bella and LilyBelle, that I'm going to put at the end of this video. But that's all I have. So y'all stay warm, take care, and I hope to see you next time. Bye now. Hi girls. Can y'all say hi to the YouTube people? Can you say hi? No? Why not? Don't you want to talk to us? Hi, Miss LilyBelle. Would you like to say hi? Can you speak? Can you say woof woof? No? Can y'all say hi to the YouTube people? Can you say hi? Can you speak? Miss Bella, are you going to pout? You are? Okay, say hi and I'm going to give you a treat. You say hi? And what else? What else you got to say? Are you going to tell everybody you were stealing again? Yes, you were. You were stealing LilyBelle's treats. I know. You gobbled them up. You did. That's not. Yes, she won. She did want her treat. Yes, she did. And now when I go to give you a treat, LilyBelle tries to get as far away as she can so that you won't snatch it. I know. It's no excuse that you were hungry. No stealing. I know. You're not supposed to steal. It's a bad thing. Aw, she's sad. Okay, well, I'm going to give you a treat. But I know, but you can't steal. Yes, you stole it. You can't steal LilyBelle's treats, okay? All right, promise me you're not going to try to steal it. You won't? Okay. All right, well, let me get y'all a treat. All right, you ready for your treat? Okay, sit. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Okay. Yay! Was it good? That was a little dental treat. I guess I could give y'all another one. That went really fast. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna grab another treat. Okay, so you're ready for your next treat? Okay, no stealing, Miss B. Sit down. Okay, leave it. LilyBelle, down. LilyBelle. LilyBelle, down. Leave it. Hold on. Okay. Y'all are too funny. I think Bella's like she's starving all the time since she went on her new diet. I know, I'm sorry, sweetie. It's not my fault the vet put you on a new diet. Okay, was that good? You liked your treat? She's looking for some more. Okay, guys, well, that's all we have for today. I hope to see you next time. Bye now.